Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're continuing a challenge that we have already started, and that is reading our way through the alphabet. Last time we read 4 books for A, B, C, D, and in this video we're gonna read 4 more books E, F, G, H. And I did take into consideration some of your suggestions. So let's talk about the books that we're gonna read in this video. We have Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia. We have Emily Wilde Encyclopedia of Fairies. Someone suggested this in the comments, and this has been on my radar for some time, so I went ahead and bought it. I think this is just like a cozy fantasy, and I think a lot of you guys have read this. For F, we have Flawless by Elsie Silver. I know this is the first book in the Chestnut series, but I already read Powerless. I don't know why, I just started it that way. So I'm curious to see how I'm gonna like this, because I didn't vibe with Powerless that much, but I do enjoy the idea of a little cowboy romance, so we're gonna see how this will play, right? For G, I have Goldens, and it's kind of like a thriller slash mystery slash cults are happening in this book. And then the last one is Happy Place by Emily Henry, and this is gonna be my first Emily Henry experience, so I'm really excited about this. Go to the comments now and help me pick out my next 4 books for I, G, K, L, and yeah, let's get into the video. Really excited to start reading this because I don't know if I mentioned this before, but this has been on my radar for a long time, and I've been wanting an excuse to buy it, and now I have one. And honestly, I don't know what to expect from this other than a cozy fantasy, but I wanted to show you something because this was unintentional. But I feel like my outfit today kind of matches the vibe of the book cover, like my little skirt. I feel like this matches the book. I don't know. That made me very happy. Okay, I hope you guys are gonna be able to hear me because it's a little bit busy in here. But so I think I'm 100 page into Encyclopedia of Fairies. Listen. Is it cute? Yes. Is it cozy? Yes. It's a bit boring? Yes. But I think this is my fault. I don't know if you guys read The Story Collector, but this is basically kind of the same thing, only this is more like fantasy inclined. And I'm a bit bored because I already kind of read a book on this premise of collecting fairy stories. And another thing is, I think this would be a better read in the winter. That would do it justice better than reading it now when it's warm. But yeah, I'm still gonna continue reading, but I just think, I don't know, I don't know if it deserves the praise it has.
Hi, it's Theo from the future here. I tried going back to this book multiple times, but I just did not vibe with it. It was not bad. I will pick it up again during the cold season.
My hair looks so weird. Please ignore it. I look like I churn butter in my free time, but never mind that. We're starting the F word. That sounds like I'm saying a bad word. We're starting the F book. The book starting with the letter F, and that is Flawless by Elsie Silver. I'm afraid now because, you know those trending videos now on Instagram and TikTok, which is like trying this every day until I like it. This is me with romance books. I'm not trying to be different from the other girlies. I just think romance to me is like very predictable, and I'm having a little hard time. But it's not the case with all of them. Like, I love Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. Cowboy romance sounds good to me at this point. So let me tell you what this is about. The rules were simple. Keep my hands off his daughter. But now I'm stuck with her. There's only one bed, and well, rules are made to be broken. Okay, this sounds good. I've never read the back of the book. Excuse me, what? I'm the golden boy of professional bull riding? Or at least I was until it all blew up in my face. Now my agent says I have to clean up my image, so I'm stuck with his bull-busting daughter for the rest of the season as my full-time supervision. But I don't need a goddamn... What's this description? I'm sorry, who made this blurb? This is so aggressive. But I don't need a goddamn babysitter, especially one with skin-tight jeans, a sexy smirk, and the mouth she can't stop running. A mouth I can't stop thinking about. She says this means nothing. I say this means everything. She says there are boundaries we shouldn't cross, that my reputation can't take any more hits, and neither can her damaged heart. I say I'm going to steal it anyway. This is not promising. Let's give it a go. Berries and cream, berries and cream. Listen, you know that I am not the one to go out of my way and read a romance because I think they're predictable. But that doesn't mean that I can't enjoy reading a romance or that I don't like reading a romance when they're good. And I'm halfway into this. And this is good. I started reading it and I was like, this is a bit cringe, but it's getting better. I like Reth. It is the typical broody man that kind of has a soft spot and very stuck-up lady that only seems likable to him. It works. It works for me. Okay, it's been 2 hours and like I'm past the halfway point and it's getting creepy. Not creepy, but weird, but in a way that it was already told, the book already told us in the beginning that it will get. So basically these two girls, Clara and, what the fuck? Chloe and Clara become friends, and Clara's the rich one who's very pretty, and Chloe just looks up to her. And then Clara at some point invites Chloe to move in her freaking mansion, and Chloe does. And meanwhile, all of Clara's kind of ex-friends and people that knew her kind of advised Chloe to distance herself from Clara because apparently she's shady and she did some really bad stuff in her past. But Chloe's like, no, Clara would never. And then it becomes, they keep throwing these parties, and at the last party Clara threw with Chloe, she invited all the girls into her house and she was like, you guys should move in here with us. We have this big mansion, so 8 of you can move in here with us. And everything is starting to feel really cult-y. You know how I can tell this is like the epitome of white ladies cult? The only food that's mentioned, and it's multiple times, is charcuterie boards. Every party that they throw only has charcuterie boards, and the other thing that's mentioned is an iced vanilla latte. These bitches love their manchego cheese. I finished the Goldens, and this book irked me, and the main character annoyed me, and I was frustrated with her. I was so frustrated with her, but not because she was written badly. The book is really good. It's just she's the type of person that really exists in real life, and there are these type of people that make the wrong choices over and over again, and I was like, how can you not see it? But it's clearly that she's just in a very manipulative relationship, and until you can see it on your own skin, you won't move away from it even after. Oh, that's such a good ending. The ending was crazy, and not in a like twisty type of way. It was just very good because it shows Chloe at her truest like self. She loves wealth. She wanted to be part of that wealth, and she wanted to be the center of attention, and we get to see that in the end.
I'm always dreaming about you. I'm always dreaming about you.
I finished it. I tried so hard to finish this book, but yeah, let's talk about it. So remember, we just got Harriet and Win, and they kind of got stuck together in this week with their friends and trying to pretend they're still a couple. These other friends are kind of, some of them are annoying and some of them are a piece of cardboard. Besides the beginning description of the friends, we don't really get much of development. Sabrina is annoying. Parth is literally non-existent. It's just an extension of Sabrina. But let's talk about more in depth of some stuff that kind of like got my attention a little bit more. A thing that just like kind of draw my attention is like how point blank Harriet just literally bullies Win, like in her thoughts, because like she basically call him broke and dumb or like not that smart. Like they literally went to a bookstore and he's buying a book and she's like, I'm surprised he's buying a book, period, since you never have time to read on these trips, and he's cautious with his spending. Like this poor man bought a book and she's like, what the fuck, you buying books now? Also, even if he's cautious with his spending, how much is a book gonna be? Like $5? And then he ends up buying like a very pricey book, like a coffee table, and that makes her literally spiral into like, oh my god, he has a girlfriend and he's buying a coffee table book for their home. And then she says this: aside from the lack of space in his childhood home, again, broke ass Win, this book had to have cost at least $60. And Win's never been one to spend money. Broke ass bitch, Win, what are you doing spending money? In her mind, is like, you never used to spend money with me. What's going on? And we get to understand that Win is definitely doing something that is making him more money, but like Harry is just like stuck in the past. Win, like loser Win. After dunking on him so many times, literally she says this: he's a golden boy. I'm a girl whose life has been drawn in shades of gray. You're in medical school, your parents are not, she does say that her parents are not divorced, but they're miserable, they just didn't divorce. But that's her only pain in life. That's literally it. There's a lot of contradiction in Harriet's mind. That only takes like 10%. The other 90% of Harriet's mind is horniness. Literally, I was so done with her being horny. And literally, this is my impression of Harriet every time Wen comes next to her. Because she talks about his smell around 300 times in this book. I was like, I know what he smells like, and why are you sniffing him at all times? Stop it. And then Harriet and Win get stuck in the wine cellar, which is clearly a plot by Sabrina, and to get them together, which also I draw the conclusion that Sabrina and his partner or all their friends know about them not being together, which is so fucked up to like master puppeteer your friends to try and get back together when you don't know what their issues are or you don't know why they separated in the first place. It was so toxic. And just Sabrina throughout this whole book, she's so toxic, and her whole excuse was like, my family was not a good family. Anyway, they all go out and they get drunk. This is like literally the whole story. They mostly just go out and get drunk in different locations, and Win and Harriet just pretending to like each other when they actually like each other. They're just trying to like be mean to each other. And then Win's personalities and what he says does not align with the same person in this book, because Harriet says, if we aren't friends, I ask, what is this? And he's just like, I don't know, I just need more of it. It sounds like such a like line out of a Playboy's book, like, I don't know, I can't define us, but I like fucking around with you. I put a little tab here, and because I was like almost halfway in and I was like, this is so boring. Like I was so close of DNFing this book right now. And then this whole book is like different timelines. Like they're talking about the present and then the golden days when they were living together in Vermont, and then when they moved to New York. And this whole time, like I know Sabrina and Parth are like doing the lawyer school, and then Harriet's doing med school, and then Cleo has her little farm thing or whatever. I don't know what the fuck Win is doing. He's like, yeah, he's working, but why was he there in the first place? Why did he move to New York with you guys? And then she hit us with this line, which I was having a stroke trying to read. So much as life is waiting for more of him, and even that torture is bliss. This whole like inner joke between Harriet and Win is that Harriet says about herself that she's a slow release hot, which means like the more you get to know her, the more hot she gets. And he says, I'm slow release boring. Please give this man a break. Like this is his whole spiel. That's what his inner fight is. that he is boring and he doesn't have anything going on for himself. And I feel like it's such a stretch because you clearly, all these people around you want to hang out with you. They took you to Vermont and they took you to New York with them when you don't even are there to study or do anything. Anyways, and then the inner conflict of our Harriet is that she's in med school, but she's very upset that her parents had to sacrifice a lot for her to be there. And even here, she's having a fight with Win, and she's like, but he doesn't understand. They've done everything. Shelled out for tutors, paid the fees for every club I signed up for, chauffeured me back and forth, helped me study when they were dead tired from work, co-signed my med school loan, blah, blah, blah. And this, for me, this whole inner conflict of the main character doesn't make sense, and I'll tell you why. Because Emily Henley clearly didn't have any problem of the sort and clearly never went to therapy, because I used to think like this. And my therapist solved that inner conflict with one thing, which is you did not choose to be put into this world. Your parents chose to have you, and your parents chose to have maybe more than one kid, because Harriet has a sibling, so they have 2 kids. So your parents choose to put you into this world, so they are responsible for you. They're gonna be responsible. They have to take into account, maybe she's gonna become like a med student, maybe she's gonna become a singer. They put you into this world. They have to take care of you. They have to do these things. You don't have to feel guilty for them doing this. You can feel appreciative, yes, but you don't have to feel guilty for your parents raising you. And this is where this whole book fell apart for me, because I was like, her inner conflict is so dumb. And then we get to learn how and why Win broke up with her. They kind of fell apart before this, but then one night she hangs out with her coworker, and at the end her coworker kissed her. She doesn't kiss him back, and then she goes straight to him to Win, and she's like, this is what happens, and he's like, this is not working anymore, and they broke up. And I was just like so furious, because why are you such an insecure son of a bitch? But anyways, again, they go party. I think the one funny part of this book was when they went to the fair, and then Sabrina is trying to push this like last week together, and then Cleo is not having it, and this whole tension between Sabrina and Cleo. And then we find out that Cleo is pregnant, and she's been hiding this from the group. And again, bad friends and bad communication. This whole book is like miscommunication between couples and between friends. And then after this whole huge fight, like right before the wedding's supposed to happen, Sabrina runs away. And then Part is like, we need to find her. And then her friends find her, like Harriet and Cleo, and they convince her to come back. And then we jump to the wedding. So we don't have any sort of reconciliation between Sabrina and actually Parth. We just get the friends bring her back. And no, it was just, I'm telling you, Parth is like a whiff of a person. And then, yeah, everything like works out. Oh, the thing that annoyed me the most, we did get to see Harriet destroy her relationship in the first place, and her relationship with her friends for her medicine career. And it was clearly that she likes it, but it's hard for her, because it is hard to be in a med school and like being a doctor, or especially she's like a neurologist, I think. And she just dumps all of that to move to Montana with Win and do pottery. Like, I feel like she dumps everything to move to Montana with him because it's easier, because he's there because of his sick mom. I feel like the author could have made it work to keep our girl having her dream career as well, because I feel like she's been working and she's been stressing about this for so, like, but she clearly likes it. Anyway, that annoyed the shit out of me, but that's basically it. I'm so sorry. Like, for me, this is like a 2.5 star. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. I'm gonna give Emily Henry another try. I feel like maybe I picked up the wrong book. So let me know in the comments what's like her best book, or which book should I try to read next. Thank you so much for being here, and if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys into the next one. Bye.